So guys, on my Polaris Colt, I think it's the 340 snowmobile, that is. But this is going to apply to anything that has these cords. This is, and it takes two, one per carb. This is my choke levers. This one is okay. It's got the little ball on that end. Focus on it there, and that end. This one is broken. There's actually no cable in there. I was gonna order them, but I can't find these cool plastic, you know, the old vintage. Plus, me being a cheap bastard, I don't really want to spend money if I can, can help it. So this video basically is going to be about building these wires. So what you need, in my case, an old source for finding that metal wire. You can buy it, but here's an old lawnmower that doesn't work. My daughter, she put rock salt down the oil, rock salt down the gas, and totally just toasted this thing. So I've got my wires of choice. That's the on off, that's the drive mechanism. What we're gonna do, I'm gonna follow that down there. Ugh, spider webs. Unclip it if I can. Damn thing. Alright. Try to get in there. I'm just gonna come down. That's the drive mechanism. We's just gonna give that a snip. Wow, that's tougher than I thought. Then we're gonna come up here and we're just gonna give it, if I can. Holy cow. Another snip. So this is our donor cord that we're gonna need. So this is the wire, or the housing that I have to thread my donor wire through. And it seems to be, well, no, it's probably the same size. Definitely not a requirement, but what I'm gonna do is grease the cable. Maybe it'll help put it through the other sheathing, and maybe it'll help it not rust out like the last one. I don't know how this is going to thread through there. I probably should have just used this housing. But as you saw in the lawnmower, I have another cable. Damn, I guess I didn't need to cut it so long. Yeah, see, that has a little rust right there. And that's not a very old lawnmower. Alright, we're gonna see how threading this goes. Ooh, come on. Trying to make that bend up there. Alright, since I have a lot of extra, this little bit of rust here probably doesn't show up on camera, but we're just gonna pull it out past that so that we can snip it. You can see we have plenty of wire. So now our wire's in place. We just have to make it the right length, mimic these. So that'll be the next step. Alright, so I snipped these off, lined them up, snipped them off at the same length, did the same down at the other end. And to be honest, I tried welding. I have a 110 welder and I thought I could get it low enough to just put a dab of bead at the end. Nope, cannot do. I thought about using lead fishing weights and pounding the crap out over that wire and then filing it. But didn't necessarily want to do that. I didn't know how well that'd hold. So I'm going to mix up my favorite stuff of all time, JB Weld. That way I can kind of mold it to look like that. And if I need to add a little bit more later once this dries, I can do that. So let me mix this up, get it on there, and show you what it looks like. So I had an extra step. I decided to take some of this rubber lining off that old lawnmower cable, and I cut them approximately the same width. Guys, I can't really seem to focus on something so small. There we go. So there they are. That's one in JB Weld. I got it positioned where I want it. There is the other in JB Weld, positioned where I want it. And there again, I don't care about the rubber plastic stuff on the outside. It's the JB Weld that I'm wanting to stay. So I'm gonna let these cure up and we'll have a look. All right, so I let this JB Weld sit overnight. This is the one I made. That's the original. These go to my 76 Polaris Colt. These cables here are to the choke. Each carb has one. So basically the idea of this video was just to show you that you can repair it. I've pulled on these and they are on there. I don't think they're gonna go anywhere. And if for some reason the choke gets that hard, you've got other problems. There's the other end. Let me push them back. Original in my home job there. It's hard to focus on something so small. So this just shows you that you can, and I'm sure that, you know, just depending on what you have available, you can use other things. This isn't the only way to repair them. One last thing I wanted to add is, if you didn't have the old housing in which to work with, like in my case, I had the old housing, I just needed the middle cable. What I would have done is just, when I cut this off my lawnmower, I just would have used this housing and still, you know, just made my ends with JB Weld. So I just wanted to add that you can make your whole complete cable, or as I did, repair a cable.